What's up, guys? It's Opex again. Working heavy hours, so I apologize about the lack of videos, and I have a feeling that I'm going to have a lack of videos before I have my home time. So today I'm going to make a video, and it's based on one of many things that I want to discuss. Of course, I've been discussing this as of late, mostly talking about how government controls us and why I think it's wrong, immoral, etc. And of course, I've talked about this over and over in videos, and I'm definitely a freedom guy. But this is going to be talking more along freedom, but obviously freedom is a big subject. But I'm just going to be talking about your freedom as a person. Of course, like I said, there's a huge topic on this. I'm not going to get anywhere near this. This isn't even close to a 101 on this. But there's an aspect of this that I want to talk about, and what I want to be talking about, what's moral and what's not moral. I'm going to be discussing a little bit on anarchy as well. So in my type of belief structure, right, of what I want. Now, I don't consider this a belief, but some people do. Where I believe that the world should be in an anarchy type society. However, I don't truly believe that because I don't think it's feasible as of right now. I think if we went closer to like libertarian and such, this is a belief structure of mine. I don't believe anarchy is feasible, but if we went closer to like a libertarian type mindset, we can get closer to our euphoric nature, our freedom nature. So, yeah, I definitely love my freedoms, and I strive for them every day. I made a video on the NFA. The reason I made that video is because obviously the government takes an inch of our freedom constantly. Just takes an inch, takes an inch, takes an inch, and we just give it up. Oh, just an inch, it'll never happen to us. It's no problem. And that's why I make videos like the NFA. Do I really care about, that I can use a short barrel rifle? No, because I might never ever buy one, even if it was legal. But I want to take an inch of my freedom back, and I think it's our duty to do so. Would I buy a short barrel rifle? Sure, but it's probably not going to happen, right? Even if it is legal. Suppressors, legal, where you don't have to go through background checks for a fucking suppressor, the whole nine. That would be great, because if there was a problem where somebody goes into your house and you need to fight off this person or people, it would be better to have a suppressor. Reason being is not to hide something because I'm just assassinating them. It's because I don't have time to put earplugs in my ear. So it's that simple of a tool that I don't want to blow out my ears to shoot my firearm. Whether it's practice-based, whether it's a real scenario, etc. So it's a freedom that I just want to take an inch back because it can help me. And I should be free to do what I want. In my anarchy-type mindset, I believe in the morals is number one. Morals to your freedom. As long as your freedom doesn't inflict on somebody else's freedom, then it should be golden, right? You should be able to do whatever you want. I'm going to butcher this. Benjamin Franklin, and I've heard this quote a million times. I shouldn't be butchering it like I am. But Benjamin Franklin said to give up your liberty for security will leave you left with neither. Of course, I butchered that and I said the wrong words, etc. But it's the inkling of the data, of the information that should benefit you in your curiosity towards freedom. Start thinking about that, pondering that specifically, because if you're giving up your freedom for a false sense of security, you're not gonna have either, because you're gonna give up your freedoms, which were your security, right? However, I would love to live in a dangerous state of freedom. a dangerous state of freedom where I'm constantly having to protect my freedoms, I'm constantly trying to protect my family, as opposed to a false sense of security and giving up my freedoms for them, right? So look at, them trying to ban guns. If I'm limited on my rifles that I can own, what kind of rifles, I can't have fully auto. So if someone was to invade or take away my security or my freedoms, which would be my security, and then they instill their security, police, military, etc., and they're supposed to be my freedom or my security. Sorry, but using the wrong words here. I'm driving. If they're taking care of everything, then I have to put my faith in that. And there isn't a policeman or a military personnel right there next to me at all times, right? I don't have a bodyguard. And, that's an issue because I have to afford a bodyguard. Now, the same people that are trying to push this narrative are the same people that are basically trying to give up my right to own firearms. Of course, I'm sticking with this for now. I have more things I want to talk about other than firearms. But the same people are the same people that have bodyguards, that have tons of security, tons of ways to protect them. They have guns all around them, protecting them. You and I don't have that. So just think about that. They're not giving up anything. They have all the security that they need. They have more security than just themselves. Me, you're going to say that a policeman, hey, there's an armed robber, yeah, he's raping my wife right now, yeah, he's going to kill me if I intervene, yeah, well, you took away my gun, so police, can you show up? Okay, within the hour, you think you'll be here? All right, no, it's no problem, what the fuck, you don't have somebody to protect you, so you need to protect yourself. And this is my ideology. This is my understanding. Everything in life you should be able to do. That's why my channel is based on 101. I want to give you 101 type content in order to be self-sustainable, to understand things at a higher nature. You need to protect yourself. Jesus Christ once said in the book of Luke that if you don't have a sword, sell the cloak from right off your back to buy yourself one. To show you the importance of protecting yourself. That the state, that Rome or wherever you live, they aren't there to protect you. They aren't. So government intervenes and takes away your freedoms. That in terms of security, they take away your freedoms. Let's talk about your ability to conduct business from two consensual adults. You provide a service, I provide money. You provide a product, I provide money. And it should be good. Nope. Government needs to tax this. Government needs to take some of your money in order to conduct your free trade. Because it's not really free, is it? They regulate everything that you do instead of letting the free market take care of it. Now, in a free market, in a real free market, somebody supplies goods. Somebody has to purchase these goods in order to be sustainable for that business. Now, if you don't like those goods, you don't have to buy them. If government intervenes and says you have to buy them, that's probably not goods you want. Because in the free market, you would have provided your own money and said, I want this, here's my money. It's a consensual transfer of goods and services that two people want. I want your goods, you want my money. But government has to tax, government has to intervene and regulate and say you can do this or you can't do that. Well, if somebody wanted to sell me something, I either want to buy it or I don't. Who is the government to say you need to be taxed for this, meaning that I have to spend more money on this product that I want, or services? Not to mention, So I seen that the government, like especially during the very end of the Obama administration, started to pass a lot of things before he went out of office. I don't know if they were scared about Donald Trump or whatever, but he had to get what he had to get in because they were kind of obviously scared that Hillary wasn't going to be able to pass these things if she wasn't in office. So Obama passed a lot of regulations and taking away your freedoms on the internet. Obviously, if you're familiar with my channel, you should already know about this stuff. If you're this type of viewer. Now, when he did that, he took off things on the internet that might not be pleasing to some people. And I look at it like this. If the government isn't making money through your business, if they're not making money, first off, they don't like any type of competition. So if you're getting money from somebody, they want that money. They are a mafia, right? I've already said this in a video like a week or two ago. Government is a mafia. And if they're going to intervene and say what you can do and what you can't do, what's legal, what's not legal, what kind of regulations you need, what kind of money you got to give to them, this is a mafia. This isn't freedom of trade. So over the internet, I saw that sites were being taken down completely unconstitutionally just because of their content. Now, of course, this has been going on for a while. You know, if somebody wants to stream live that they're torturing somebody, they want to shut that down so they don't get the publicity, and they want to find out who these people are. I get it, right? You want to infringe on somebody's freedom, then yes, there has to be some measures taken to take that out of the equation to protect the real freedoms of other people. You shouldn't have the freedom to kill, right? Because that infringes on the person who's getting killed. So, they take it a step further, which is unconstitutional. They're taking down sites and content. If you're pro-gun, or if you say something that's, outside of the realm of somebody's ear, like what they want to hear, you get taken down. You get censored on YouTube. That's okay on YouTube, right? Because YouTube is its own business. They can regulate what they want. If you want to be on YouTube, you can't just go off and do things that they don't want you to do. You're on their fucking platform, right? But the internet itself is not a government platform. But the government decides to regulate it, right? It's not. The internet might have been made for the government, right? To store information in a cloud, etc. They could have been made for many different things that we can speculate on, but we don't know for sure. But if you say something over the internet, put something on there that's not taken away from somebody's freedoms, and you're just saying something, you can be censored. So this is censoring your freedom of speech. You want to get information out there, they're taking that away. I even seen there's a site called Backpage, and they have an escorts section, right? That was taken down. Now, escorts itself is a legal thing, right? To be an escort's legal. You can legally be an escort. You can go to somebody's house and transfer money. The government doesn't like this. And there's a lot of prostitution and stuff going on as well. But escorts, the foundation is, as an escort, I will go to your house, I will provide entertainment, and you give me money. Because you might be a single guy or a bachelor party or something, and you want a naked or half-naked girl dancing around, giving you lap dances, doing the things that the strippers do, but doing it on a level of outside of a workplace, as a private thing, which is legal. But the government wants to take your money, and the government doesn't make money off that because it's two consensual adults in a free market. The escort says, I want your money. You say, I want you. So, your entertainment. She provides entertainment, etc. But there is prostitution going on, so that fights with people's ideas of being able to to conduct this type of business and make sure it's legal.
US 301 North.
But they censored Backpage escorts unconstitutionally. The government did, thanks to the new Obama laws. So they're censoring something that is taking away your freedom. Therefore, I want to fight for that. Because when they're taking inches like this, it might not apply to me, right? I don't go out and buy escorts, right? But I still want to fight for our freedoms, because they shouldn't have the right to say what you can do and what you can't do when you're two consensual adults in the free market, right? Because they want to put their fucking hand in what's going on and control everything. Probably should have stopped at that truck stop and got some food, but oh well. So even in prostitution, right? Prostitution is a woman wants to give, or man, someone wants to give up sex because that's their entertainment value, that's their value that they're bringing into the free market, that's their service. A man or woman, customer, has money. They agree beforehand, it's going to be this amount of money, you know, $50 for head, $100 for sex, whatever, right? And the customer says, I agree to it. The woman or man who provides the service agrees to your money. Two consensual adults in the free market should be able to do what you want to do. You're not hurting anybody. And I even look at it in the concept of even me being a truck driver. It could be really valuable for prostitution to be legal, right? Not necessarily that I would do it, but because it would make more sense. Me, in my situation, I'm a truck driver. I can't be in a long-term/long distance relationship. So in order to not hurt anyone's feelings, there's this service that this woman may provide me for $100 or whatever. I get whatever thing out of my system that I require. And for $100, I get it out of my system. It's a big pleasure for me, right? It would be beneficial, was the word. It would be beneficial if prostitution was legal. And if I wanted it, it could be beneficial. It could be beneficial for the prostitute, making money. So, as two adults, it should be illegal. It should be legal to the point of there is no government involved. But the government restricts this freedom because they're not making money off of it. Do they really care about you? No. I'm going to describe why the government doesn't give a fuck about you. If they cared about you, they wouldn't be passing laws to restrict you. When they're up on the podium, they would be talking about things like childhood obesity and what we can do to fix this. Nope. They want to talk about how they can extort money from you. They don't talk about the real problems that are really affecting us and how to fix it. They want to take more from you. That gives you an idea of where the government is. Stop relying on the government. They don't give a fuck about you. The only thing they care about you is your money. When you're a child and you're born into this world, you provide no revenue, no value for the government, for the state. Nothing when you're born. You're not working, you're not paying taxes, none of that. The government actually has to pay out of pocket for you. Not that much either, provided you have a decent family that takes care of you. So the government actually has to spend resources on you in the here and now, because that child is not going to be able to pay taxes and provide value until they're older. It could be 14 years old, generally 18 years old is when they start paying back value. Or even later if they went to college and shit, right? So, as a politician, as the government representative or government itself, they don't want children because they're not providing value. They have to wait until you're older to start providing value. But at that point, the people that are in government aren't going to benefit off of that because they're going to be out of government, chances are, right? So they want the here and now. They want your money. And they don't want to wait for it because they're not in office forever. So think of it like that. When they want abortions and things like that, and they want less people having children and such, that's why. So when you start looking at why they're trying to pass certain laws and get certain things passed, why they want sexuality, transgender, all this stuff, it's to benefit them. They're not getting benefit if everyone's out there having children and having a free life. They're not benefiting off that. The mafia doesn't benefit off people being free. They benefit on people in fear, in doing what they say, in what they want to say, how they say it. That's how they benefit as a mafia-type government. So when they're infringing on your type of freedoms to conduct peaceful, orderly conduct? That doesn't make sense. When you conduct yourself in the free market, you should do it in a free manner, right? Everything free, everything is everything's voluntary. And when everything's voluntary, things in the free market work a lot better. If you don't want healthcare and you just don't want it, you shouldn't have to pay healthcare. If you don't want car insurance, you don't have to pay car insurance. But it's been inflicted into us through the politicians, through the government, through the media, that you need healthcare, you need car insurance, you need this, that, and the third, and this is why we're forcing you to do it, because people aren't going to be smart enough to do it. No, you want to steal our money. That's what it is. Some people, if you want health insurance, you should be able to go out and get health insurance in the free market where health insurance is competing. However, when they're forcing you to pay for health insurance, then they can set any price they want because you have to buy it. And there's no competition in between everyone because everyone's getting paid. Now, if there was health insurance, a shitty plan that was a lot of money and such, you wouldn't pay for it. But when you're forced to pay for it, you're forced to pay for it. So in a free market, you would say, this is a shitty plan, this is way too much money, I don't want this plan, and you're going to research somebody that will give you the services that you want at a reasonable price. So in the free market, it would take care of itself because people would be in competition. Best price, best service wins in the free market. And these other companies that want to just rape and pillage you would be weeded out of the marketplace. They would fail. They need to compete. And that's why I'm so free market. It's because the free market is self-regulating. It takes care of itself. But when you have government regulations, then it's all upon the government to make sure that certain aspects, certain people are getting paid. Politicians, obviously, a lot of people have said this in the past. This is nothing new. Politicians should be like NASCAR drivers and have like logos and shit all over their suits saying who they're supporting, who are contributing to them and their lobbyists and such, who these people are. Because clearly the health insurance people, they're getting paid a lot more and they're paying the politicians. It's clear. There's no other thing going on there. That is it. So understand. Oh, jeez, it's already 25 minutes. All right, so I'm going to make this short. Just understand that government is taking away from your freedom as an adult. I inspired to do things on my own. Instead of paying the doctor, I take care of myself. Instead of paying the mechanic, I go and change my own oil and shit, right? And if there's something that I cannot do and I can't afford to buy all the tools for to fix my vehicle, then I want the services from the mechanic, you know? But ultimately, you can do all this stuff on your own. You can do anything that there is possible. You don't have to, this happened, so you got to pay this person. You know, you have a leak in your house, you have to go, you know, buy the services of a plumber or something, right? You don't have to do that. You can fix it yourself. You can save a lot of money, and you can learn and become better and grow. You don't necessarily even have to buy a house. You can build one. You know, get some people together and build it together. And it would save you a lot of money. But the thing is, the problem is, your car needs its oil change, right? So you go change your oil through a mechanic. Stop doing this shit. You don't need government to tell you what you can do and what you can't do, especially between two consenting adults. No matter if it's in the free market or anything else. Who is government to say that you can't collect rainwater? That you cannot give your neighbor raw milk that you just got out of your cows? Who is the government to say what you can and not do? Collect rainwater? Really? As they're poisoning our waters, you can't even collect the only thing that you think is still pure? It's fucked up. It's a fucked up scenario. You can't be off-grid here, you can't be there. We need to get rid of the Fed. You know, the libertarian view is get rid of the Fed and keep things at the state level, in a free market state level. Also, there's anarcho-capitalists that also have the same types of views, where they're quite capitalistic. I would love an anarcho-capitalist type society, but ultimately, I am truly anarchist to the bone, but I want to give you stuff to get there. You know, I'm not going to just give you my ideologies on anarchy and stuff like that. I want to slowly get you there through libertarian or anarcho-capitalist type ideologies, because it'll help you understand what's moral, what's real, what's true, what's valid and valuable. So I didn't want this video to be this long, but I got tons more on freedom. But this is a freedom-based understanding that I want to give you. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. So I hope you guys get something out of this video. Hope you guys spark some interest in this field, and I can continue on this type of subject, I guess. So thanks for watching. Happiness and longevity. See ya.